Naya was tired of love. Every date she went on from the online apps ended the same way. Disappointment. Just when she was ready to give up, she met Emmanuel. Handsome, charming. He felt like the one. Her 29th birthday was approaching. A critical age, especially with her mother pressuring her to finally settle down. On that day, only her best friend and her mother remembered to wish her well. Still, Naya waited for Emmanuel's call, certain he was planning something special. But the call never came. Desperate, she arranged a small dinner for the two of them, even texting him the address to the hotel. Hours passed, but Emmanuel never showed. Naya sat alone until the waiter gently told her the restaurant was closing. Heartbroken, she realized yet again that the man she thought was different only wanted to use her. Days later, a message popped up on her dating app. Lonely and desperate, she agreed to another date. But this one was worse. The man spent the evening lecturing her about sharing 50-50, not as a partnership, but as a weapon of control. Naya escaped to the bathroom and quickly called her best friend Ire, begging her to call in 5 minutes with a fake emergency. But fate had other plans. As she left the bathroom, she bumped into Adam, a stranger who admitted he overheard her phone call from the men's restroom. Minutes later, when Ire's call didn't come, Adam stepped in to rescue her, pretending to know her from college. He even dragged his own date into the act, turning the evening into a strange but successful double date. The next morning, Naya returned to the corporate world. To her shock, everyone was in strict official wear. Ire, who also happened to be the assistant HR, informed her of the arrival of a new boss. And when Naya was led into his office, her heart nearly stopped. The new boss was Adam, the same man from the restaurant. From that day on, their lives became entangled. Adam gave her a difficult assignment, but also something else. Rules. Rules for surviving love and dating. Don't chase anyone. Don't overshare. Test emotional depth. Never end a bad date with sex. Naya tried following them, even as she found herself strangely drawn to Adam. When I'd caught the two of them in a compromising position, Naya denied they were dating, though she secretly admitted to herself she had a crush on him. Then Adam introduced her to someone who would change everything. His daughter, Blessing. A young girl starved of her father's attention, who surprisingly began to bond with Naya. And while Naya wondered how a man so obsessed with strategies couldn't handle his own child, she found herself becoming a part of their fragile little world. But just as her personal life grew complicated, her professional life collided with her emotions. At work, Naya nailed a pitch to a new client, a charming man named Amari. He signed with the company immediately, and then asked her out. Naya's heart skipped. He was handsome, kind, and everything she thought she wanted. She couldn't help but wish. Maybe this time, love would finally be real. But in the shadows, Adam was watching. And in his daughter's eyes, Naya was becoming more than just a colleague. One quiet afternoon, Naya was braiding Ire's hair when she confided in her about a client who had asked her out. She admitted that if it weren't for the strict rules Adam had given her, she might have already given in. When I pressed further, Naya sighed and said Adam was emotionally constipated, still broken, still guarded, and besides, he had a daughter to think about. Just then, Adam's call came in. His voice was panicked. Naya, I need your help. Blessing locked herself in her room. She won't talk to me. When Naya arrived, she gently coaxed Blessing to open up. The little girl whispered her secret. She had just experienced her first period and felt strange, scared, and confused. Naya reassured her that it was perfectly normal. She downloaded a period tracker app for her, explained everything patiently, then rushed to the hospital to buy her sanitary pads. Adam was overwhelmed with gratitude. For the first time in a long while, he saw his daughter smile again. To thank her, he suggested they grab a drink. And that night, Adam finally opened his heart. He told her the truth, that his wife had died giving birth while he was stuck in a boardroom, chasing a deal that never even happened. The guilt consumed him. Every time he looked at Blessing, he saw his late wife and was reminded of the pain, so he distanced himself out of fear of failing his daughter. As Adam leaned closer, the air between them charged with emotion. He almost kissed Naya, but he pulled back at the last moment. Instead, he whispered for her to go home. The next day, Naya tried to help by tidying his messy office. But when Adam walked in, Instead of appreciating her, he exploded in anger. "Don't you ever clean my office without my permission again." His words cut deep, leaving Naya hurt and confused. Later, he called her back in, all business now, cold and distant. He demanded explanations for unfinished projects, insisting they needed to remain strictly professional. Naya's heart broke. She thought they were building something. But overnight, everything had changed. Trying to move forward, Naya agreed to go on a date with Amari. Unlike Adam, Amari was warm, open, and asked her personal questions that made her feel truly seen. With him, everything felt easy. They went on more dates, and Naya began to let her guard down. But her bond with Adam and Blessing wasn't so easily erased. One evening, Adam invited her to join them for a movie night. Blessing herself had requested Naya's presence. Naya promised to come, but instead, she went on a run with Amari. That night, Blessing's disappointment was clear. Even Adam's attempt to watch the movie with her couldn't fill the void. Soon after, Naya was offered a prestigious job as an executive manager in another company. She turned it down, saying it was too far from Amari. Ire scolded her, insisting she stop making excuses and think about her future. Then, the tension boiled over. One afternoon at a coffee shop, Adam confronted Naya, accusing her of mixing business with pleasure. Amari stood firm, explaining their relationship had nothing to do with work. But Adam wouldn't stop. He called Naya impulsive, emotional, someone who jumped into things without thinking. Furious, Naya lashed out, telling him to stop treating people's hearts like military strategies. Meanwhile, Blessing was hurting. She missed Naya deeply and confronted her father. "You can't bring people into my life and then push them away. You're scared of love, Daddy. You always sacrifice connection for control." Adam broke down. For the first time, he apologized to his daughter and promised to do better. Meanwhile, Naya's romance with Amari reached its peak. She finally gave in and slept with him. But almost immediately, Amari changed. He stopped answering her calls. Days passed and still no response. Then came the knock that shattered her world. Amari's mother and his wife, Aisha, stood at her door. Yes, his wife. They told Naya that Amari was married with 2 children, that he was struggling with an identity crisis, and that she wasn't the first woman he had deceived. Before leaving, they even offered her money to stay quiet. Devastated, Naya resigned from her job and left Adam a letter. She had given up on love, convinced she was just a pawn in a cruel game. But Adam wasn't ready to let her go. He sought her out, apologized for everything, and confessed that he missed her, that she was important to him, that he wasn't playing games anymore. But Naya was tired, broken, unwilling to believe. Yet as time passed, her heart softened. She called him again, and slowly their relationship grew. Adam showed up for her, for Blessing, and most of all, for himself. In the end, Adam got down on one knee and proposed. After a long journey filled with heartbreak, betrayal, and healing, Naya finally found the love she had been searching for all along.